be able to understand what the consumer preferences are in the country where we have SRP rice, and then how do we ensure that we're linking SRP back to what the consumer wants us to tell them. So in this case, do we brand SRP not just as sustainable but also as healthy? Okay, so our target audience there is obviously going to be our consumers at a country level, and then it can be done through online influencing, it can be done through the SRP website, it can be done by the partners within SRP, but somehow we have to link what SRP means back to what the consumers are expecting it to tell them. Okay, the second one was engaging the big retailers, and we used here CP as our example, because CP is a vertically integrated company here in Thailand. They own 7-Eleven and Macro, but they also have rice mills, they have clean seed production, they have fertiliser, and they have. You also have an example in Vietnam. Vinmart in Vietnam is another example. So there are these big retailers at a country level that can actually help us get the sustainable rice message out there to our consumers. So that one, our target audience is obviously the retailers, and we would be looking at somebody like the CP selling SRP rice through 7-Eleven. Okay. Then the final one, this is our aspirational one. This is one that if anybody actually has the idea of how we could do this, we'd really like to know as a table. And this is all around transparency on what goes onto the labelling at a country level or at a regional level. It comes back to what the standards are that we can put on packaging. So is the standard that we can put on a packet of jasmine rice in a supermarket a sustainable label, a responsibly sourced label, a healthy label? What is the standard that we're going to be looking at, and how do we get conformity into those standards at a regional level? Now this is a really big aspirational challenge, because no two countries want to have the same set of standards, or so it seems to a branded company like ourselves. You can imagine how difficult it is for us to be able to put the same label on Rice Krispies around this region, let alone globally. But that is what we would love to be able to do. We need to get back, and the regulatory, advisors